Hello and welcome back to my smaller library. Let's talk about September's TBR, because I actually have like really nice news. I finished August's TBR, which is a first this year, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I think I finally found like the way that TBRs work for me, and that is choosing from as many different genres as I kind of have on my shelf and am in the mood to read from. So not focus on one genre, not read too many fantasy books one after the other, because I tend to get bored by that, and just switch it up occasionally. And this month, September's TBR, is under the sign of big books. I have a few that I really want to get read to continue in series, or just have them off of my TBR shelf. And so I thought, why not, take the time. I'm really good with my reading so far this year, and I have like a few physical reads that I really want to get done. And one of these I know I can get the audiobook from, so that is like good to listen to in the evenings, So yeah, let's start with the first one. The first one is the last book by V.E. Schwab that I have on my TBR. That I bought originally. I haven't bought a book by her in a long time, because I had so many on my TBR still. But yeah, the last one that I have on my TBR is The Dark Vault, which is the Archived and the Unbound. So there are technically two books in here. Obviously it only counts as one, but it is massive because there are two in here. But yeah, I don't know. I have it on my shelf now for quite some time, and I haven't gotten around to reading it yet. But because after I've read Eddie LaRue, which I personally didn't enjoy, I thought, this one I have a bigger chance of really enjoying it. So I thought it was kind of time to pick it up from my bookshelf, and then I can decide if I want to pick up any more books by her, which I'm not so sure about at the moment. I liked some of her books, I didn't like others, so I don't know if she's really the author for me. Depends kind of on the topic and how much fantasy it is. But yeah, I think this one is quite full of fantasy. And it says something to do with a library of people. And our main character kind of like getting the role of library keeper, or like working for the library after her grandfather worked for it. And I think she's a teen, so yeah, that might be a problem, but I did like... Where is it? I did really like the City of Ghosts series, where their main character is also a teenager, and I really liked that one, so I have hopes that I will like this one as well. Then we have another series I want to start, and that is Dark of the Moon. I don't know what the series is called, but I do know that I have 3 of the books. I have part 1, part 4, and part 5. So hopefully I won't need part 2 and part 3, but we'll see. This is called Dark of the Moon by P.J. Parrish, and it is the story of Detective Louis Kincaid, who where he grew up 30 years ago, there was somebody who went missing, and in like now 30 years later, his dead body is actually found, and the detective has to kind of come back to his hometown, which is kind of pretty racist still, and I think our main character is black. I do think that was what the whole thing was with this one, something like that. And yeah, so he has to come back and help clear up what happened 30 years ago, and why they have now found the dead body of the person who went missing. And yeah, I as I said, I have 3 of the books, so hopefully, there are cases which you can read standalone, and we'll see how I like it. I haven't ever read anything from the author, so I have no idea if I will actually like it. Then we have a horror book. This is actually kind of like a classic tale, I feel like, for horror, or like crime novels. It's called Mine by Robert R. McCammon, and the story is that we have a mother who is called Laura, and she has, a really nice life, well, looking from the outside in, But yeah, her marriage isn't really going so nicely, but she loves her newborn son David. And then we have Mary, and Mary has kind of like a lot of mental health problems, and Mary kidnaps David, and then she goes on a murder spree while she's running away with him, and Laura has to pretty much go after her and try to save her baby. That is what this is about. It really feels like one of those like CSI or like Criminal Minds episodes, you know? So I'm kind of interested to see how that goes. It sounds interesting, so I have hopes for that. Then I will continue with the Clive Cussler books, which is the Numa Files series, and the next one that is the next one in the series that I have. I'm going in the right order of the series, but I don't own like every book in the series, so I'm just skipping the ones I don't own. But yeah, this is Lost City, and it's written by Clive Cussler together with Paul Camprecross. So I'm excited to see where this goes. The Numa Files are just it's an organization that helps with like ship problems and getting ships up from the sea and stuff like that, and mostly it has something to do with Americans against Russians in like most of the ones, but the last one was actually not only Russians but like a lot of other people as well. But yeah, it's mostly like two companies or countries against each other, and then Numa has to help solve the problem with a little bit of like military tricks. Then we have a series that it is so long ago that I read the first one, and I thought, you know what, it's finally time, and that is The Wheel of Time Part 2. I still have only read Part 1. I own this one, which I got secondhand. I was really happy about it. But yeah, it's The Great Hunt, which is the second book of The Wheel of Time. I tried watching the series, but I didn't like it. But yeah, I liked the first book well enough, so, you know, it's finally time to get going with this one and finally read the second part. I feel like it's pretty long. I mean, we are over 500 pages, so it is quite the hefty book as well. And I don't know why I waited so long. I mean, I liked the first one. I didn't love it. I think that is the reason I waited so long. But I feel like if I keep waiting, I will never continue with the series. And I do really want to continue with the series because I really like the concept of the story. So hopefully that will give me, you know, the energy I need to continue with the series. Then we have another series I will start and hopefully continue with, and that is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson. I only have this series and then the Stormlight Archive left, but I kind of want to read the Stormlight Archive one after the other. So I thought I will get this one out of the way. I have this one and the second one. I don't know if there is a third one, but yeah, I thought, you know what, let's just try it. I haven't even started this one yet. I bought it when it came out and I haven't read it since. So hopefully I will like it. It is sci-fi, so I haven't read any sci-fi from Brandon Sanderson yet. So we'll see if I like it. I mean, I like most of his books, so there's a good chance that I will like it. But yeah, I don't know anything about it, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's pretty much humankind is near destruction from the Krell, and our main character wants to be a pilot, and she has some problems because of what her father did. That much I do know. And so she kind of has to fight for herself to become a pilot and help humanity. Yeah. And then we have the last one, and this is the one I will probably listen to as an audiobook, and that is The Wastelands, which is The Dark Tower 3 by Stephen King. I don't love the series story-wise, but I did really, really like the second book as an audiobook. I really felt like the audiobook version was like far superior to the book, which is so surprising because I'm normally like way more of a physical reader than a listener when it comes to books. But yeah, this series I would actually really recommend as an audiobook. So yeah, I have no idea what this will be about, but yeah, it's called The Wastelands, and I'm pretty sure it's just, you know, we now have our group together for our adventure, and hopefully there will be some adventuring in this book and not like collecting people. But yeah, I'm pretty much prepared to not love it, but I am prepared to listen to a good audiobook with like really nice dynamics and stuff. Like I really feel like the narrator for the audiobook like was fantastic, so that gives me hope for the listening to the audiobook. So yeah, that is the last one. As you can see, there are quite a few like bigger books in here, which is why I only chose 7 books for the TBR for this month, because I feel like with the bigger books, I want to give myself a little bit more time, and not so many books on my TBR, you know, because if I put like 2 more on there, there is no way I will be able to finish the TBR. So yeah, hopefully with all of those that will be possible, and if I get through all of those, I'm gonna be really, really happy, and will have made some really good progress getting through my TBR, which I'm now under 220 physical books, which is getting me closer to my goal. Though I will do a little bit of book shopping in September, which I will probably take you with me. I will do some online secondhand book shopping. Probably will take you with me, but it's not set in stone right now. But I am in the mood to pick up some new old horror, and Stephen King a little bit, maybe, if I can find some. But yeah, that is, you know, a fact for another day. So yeah, I hope I can get through all of those books so I can give you the reviews for these. If you have read any of these, please leave me in a comment down below what you thought of the books, what I should look forward to the most maybe. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed listening to what I want to read in the next month, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!